Engage quantum drive.
Before we get into the episode, Katie has trivia.
I do. I also want to just say really quick, Amethyst wasn't a Dan fan, but then turned into a Dan fan. There's still hope for you, Rob. There's still time.
I think you're going to be waiting for a long time.
I'm just saying, people can be converted, so let's jump into trivia. Up first, there is a song at the beginning when Isaac is taking care of tasks around the ship, and that song is called Bachelor in Paradise by Henry Mancini and Mac David. It was nominated for an Academy Award in 1961 and was written for the movie of the same name that starred Bob Hope.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling that was the name of the song just from the lyrics that I was hearing, but I had no idea who the singer was.
I'm a Family Guy fan, and just the beginning of that song sounded so much like the orchestral stuff in Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, this is like a legitimate song from a movie, and I thought it was like written for the show at first. It had that same vibe, I thought. But yeah, I thought that was interesting because apparently this movie is fairly popular and has won a bunch of awards, and now I kind of want to watch it. I think it's a comedy, so I might
I would
need to
think
put
so
that.
with Bob Hope.
Yeah, I was like, I think I might have to add that one to the list just because it sounds like a fun time and it won awards. So, also in this episode, the Orville is heading back to Sargas 4, which was the planet that uses a voting system of popularity for its inhabitants and was featured in the episode Majority Rule from season 1.
Yeah, my favorite episode from season 1. So very happy to see things come back from that.
Yeah, she even threw the voting badge onto the desk at one point, and I was like, oh, that was such a good episode. It was very Black Mirror, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
There's a song that Gordon sings at Isaac and Claire's wedding. I need to emphasize that. And that song is called The Secret O' Life by James Taylor, and it first appeared on his 1977 album entitled JT.
I picked up on the fact, even though I'm not familiar with James Taylor's entire catalog, but just the fact that it was a James Taylor song, because Scott Grimes does a really good job of capturing the tone of James Taylor's voice.
Yeah, literally the song started, and there was one song my mom played a lot by James Taylor when I was a kid, and I was like, this sounds like a James Taylor song. And I was like, he even kind of sounds a little bit like James Taylor. So Mark's looking up on his phone. He's like, yep, it's a James Taylor song. So it was conveyed very well, and it's a very pretty song. I think I'm a fan of that song now.
Yeah, it was a nice one to end the season on, too.
Yeah. Also, there's another fun fact from Brandon Braga. The sequence with Bortus chasing Clyden in the woods was inspired by a show he is, quote, obsessed with called Naked and Afraid.
I have heard of this show.
I looked up the definition of what the show's about because I was like, we got to at least explain what that means. In the show Naked and Afraid, complete strangers, usually a man and a woman, meet in a very unique way. They're stranded in a dangerous, desolate location without food or water, and they're completely naked. Each episode follows the adventurers as they attempt to survive on their own with nothing but a personal item and the knowledge that the only prize is their pride and a sense of accomplishment. They don't even win anything. It's a reality show. I should specify that.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, I guess you get to walk away and be like, I survived naked and afraid, but I mean, give them at least $500 or something.
Some people will do anything for fame.
Yeah, and I do feel like that kind of ties in well with them chasing each other in the forest at the beginning of this episode. So I can see how it was inspired by that. On to guest stars. There is only 2 this time, and the first is Georgia Wiggum, and she's reprising her role as Lysella, originally appearing in the 2017 episode Majority Rule. She is also starred as Beth in the Scream TV series, as well as in the Punisher TV series, and as Kat in 13 Reasons Why, which is also Ann Winters is from 13 Reasons Why, so I had to tie that together. But it looks like she'll also be appearing in the upcoming Seth MacFarlane production of Ted as well.
That is correct, yeah.
So lots on the docket for her, but there should be more seasons, and y'all need to keep tweeting hashtag renew the Orville and all that good stuff, because it seems like she might be a character at least reoccurring on the show now that she's in the universe.
That door's certainly open.
I'm just saying, y'all, if you want to see more of everything, We got to let them know that we want more Orville, because I still can't believe this is the season finale of season 3. Like, how this has been like a blur the last 10 weeks. So also, last but not least, Halston Sage makes a quick return as Alara in this episode. And if you have been watching the show since the beginning, Alara was the original security officer. And in recent years, she has starred as Emma in the horror video game entitled The Quarry, as well as Ainsley Whitley in the show Prodigal Son.
Prodigal Son.
I've struggled with that word my entire life. I'm just going to accept it at this point. So, yeah, she's been doing a lot of things over the years, but it was cool to see her show back up for a wedding.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting a wedding either. I also was not expecting Alara to come back. So it was a nice nod to bring the whole gang back together.
And they did do that same thing that they did with someone before, where they put her name at the beginning of the end credits instead of at the beginning of the episode to hide that appearance.
They've been doing that more, because I'm always hunting and pecking at the beginning of episodes, and I didn't see her name pop up. So they're doing it sneakily now. So I didn't know that about Dolly either. So Dolly was snuck in there as well. But
right.
Yeah, so those are the guest stars from this episode and the trivia. Hey, thank you so much for watching. This is just a segment of the full podcast that Rob and I do. So if you want to hear more of our thoughts and full episode discussions, go to thegeekgeneration.com/quantum drive.